Hello budget people and welcome back to my channel. I'm She's on a Budget and today we are back for another video. In this video I'll be closing down my business budget for the month of September as well as my debt tracker, and I will also be setting up my new business budget for the month of October. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in watching, stay tuned. So welcome to my channel. I hope you are all well. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on a video of mine. If you are interested and you like what you see, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you are kept up to date with all of my videos. For my returning subscribers, thank you very much for coming back to the channel. I really appreciate you and I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, so I have to say, before we start, I have been dreading filming this video, and I think it was because initially when I set up my business budget kit, I was going to basically track my business expenses privately. I wasn't actually going to shoot, or I wasn't actually willing to share my business expenses or business income. I know you might think, well, what is the difference? You share your personal income, isn't that worse? But I think it's because I felt a bit worried about being judged on how well my business was going. I felt like because it's in the early stages still, that the amount of money that I was taking in would maybe make it look as if I wasn't doing too well, and I was worried how people would take that, I think. So yeah, I was a bit apprehensive in sharing my real numbers, but I feel that a lot of the time when I'm apprehensive in sharing something, it's more than likely that it's going to help somebody else. So I am sharing because I'm sure someone out there who watches this video may find some comfort in seeing a business that has literally been running for a matter of weeks. You know, I opened my Etsy store at the end of 2019, but I didn't actively start selling products in there until the end of May of this year. So technically, first week of June, we had our first lot of sales. So we are looking at 4 months worth of trading at the moment. And yeah, I really do have to look at it that way sometimes, because when I start making things a lot bigger than they are, that's when I feel a bit despondent and, you know, feel like I'm maybe doing certain things wrong. But yeah, as I said, we've been trading for 4 months. To be making any money at the moment is a true blessing. So anyway, without further ado, I'll stop rambling on and we'll go through the numbers. Okay, so let's start with sales. So I predicted that my sales figure would be £500. This was based on my sales figure for the month of August. We were just shy of £500 for August, so I thought that we would probably make a similar amount for September, especially as I had some new releases that I was hoping to bring out, but that wasn't the case, and we actually brought in £387.48. So our sales were slightly lower than we predicted, and out of that sales figure, Etsy automatically takes their fees, their taxes, and I also pay for advertisement via the Etsy platform. So I deducted those expenses from that figure, and in total what was deposited into my bank was £254.96. So moving on to our expenses, variable expenses were first, and my usual variable expenses are for sticker paper, shipping envelopes, clear bags that I wrap the product inside of, tissue paper that I use to package my orders, card/paper. We have cutting mats that I use to cut my stickers, designs, so clip art, anything like that, shipping labels, shipping fees, HP ink, laminating pouches, and then we also have a miscellaneous fund. Our predictions came up to £102.84. I didn't have to purchase all of these things, and our actual figures are along here, so I'm just going to total those up. Okay, so in total, our expenses were £58.05. So based on that, we had a variance of plus 44.79. So we were under budget by £45-ish. Then moving on to my fixed expenses. My fixed expenses are Adobe, so I use Photoshop to edit all of my listing photos. I also have an Amazon Prime account for fast shipping, for quick shipping from Amazon. So I pay £7.99 for that a month. And then I also take a salary from the shop each month, which is for £30. It's more of a token salary, but it's just for me to pay for my time that I'm investing into the shop at the moment. So our total for our fixed expenses is £47.97. Okay, so for our breakdown, I'm going to total up our expenses and subtract it from our actual income. And we have £254.96 minus the £58.05 minus the £47.97, which means that we are left with an income of £148.94. So overall, our income was £387.48. Our expenses came up to just over £100. So my expenses included all of my material costs, all of my editing costs, everything that I need to run the shop on a monthly basis came out of my sales figure, and then I was left with £148.94. So we are making a profit, which is the main thing. It is still early days, and although the profit isn't a massive amount, I'm still ever so grateful that it is making a profit and it's a viable business. So yeah, guys, once again, I just want to thank you all for all of your support. Those of you who have shopped in the shop, shared a post, liked a post that I've made. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so as it's a new month, I am going to do the same. I'm going to lay down my business budget for the month of October. I'm just going to quickly lay down my stickers and I'll be back to talk you through it. Okay guys, so that is all done. I have gone for the other option this month. So as you may know already, the sticker kit allows you to budget two different ways, so you can split up your expenses with variable and fixed. I did that last month, but this month I'm just going to list all of my expenses in one go and put my total expenses down the bottom just to see how it goes. We may just change it back next month, but yeah, I like the flexibility of changing things up sometimes. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do now is add in my predictions. So my Etsy sales, I'm going to put them here, as well as my Etsy fees plus taxes, and I'm going to put on a separate line my Etsy ads. This is because I want to just take a closer look at how much I'm spending on advertisement this month. Last month it was a bit up and down. Around about the date that I was releasing my new products, I put a slight increase on my ad spend. I then decreased it. So I just want to see if I can keep an eye on how much I'm spending on advertisement this month. Prediction wise for sales though, I am going to stick with my £500 mark and see how we go. So those are the predictions that I'm going to put down for now. As far as ads, I don't want to pay anything more than £30. Etsy charges me in dollars, but I'm putting it in pounds just to make it slightly easier for myself. So yeah, no more than £30 in terms of Etsy ads. Fees and taxes, I could probably work out how much my fees and taxes would be based on these predictions, but I will just leave those blank. It's just easier just to put the actual amount in at the end of the month. And then moving on to expenses. So I'm going to start with my fixed expenses first, and we have a new one. We have Epidemic Sound. And Epidemic Sound is a new one because I have recently started to pay for the subscription for this. I did try it out last month and it was free for 30 days, but I've decided to take it on board. I do use a lot of music, not only in my YouTube channel, but also on my Instagram channel. So I've decided to take the subscription for that, and that is £10 a month. Next we have Adobe. So for Photoshop, it's $9.98 a month. Then we have Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is $7.99. And then we have my salary, and that is £30 a month. Okay, then on to our variable, we have sticker paper, we have envelopes, we have clear bags, tissue paper, we have card, paper, cutting mats, laminating pouches, and then we have miscellaneous. For sticker paper, we are budgeting $13.98. Envelopes are $9.99. Clear bags are $9.99. Tissue paper is £4. Our card is £6. Paper is $9.99. Our cutting mats are £14. Laminating pouches $9.98. And for miscellaneous, I am putting in £30. And that is £165.90. I don't expect to spend all this money on expenses, but I have to obviously consider that this could be a possibility. So I need to make sure that I'm making enough money, obviously, to cover these expenses. The good thing about having an Etsy store is that if you don't sell any products, then you won't use any supplies. So it is a case of supply and demand. If I do sell something, then the way that my costings have been worked out is that I should be able to buy the supplies and still make a profit. So yeah, guys, that is all that I'm going to fill in for now. We have our predicted amounts for sales and for expenses, and I'll come back at the end of the month and put in the actual figures. The final thing that I want to talk to you about is my debt. So I feel like, again, debt has taken a slight backseat over the last few months. I have been focused mainly on my sinking funds and getting those up to a certain point, and I definitely feel going towards the end of the year, things will probably stay on the same trajectory. I will probably still be focusing on my sinking funds a little bit more, and then come January, I'm hoping that I'll get off the dip that I'm currently in as far as debt goes. what I mean by this dip is that I'm paying my minimum payment, which is a good minimum payment. I don't currently accrue any interest from the debts that I have at the moment. So the minimum payment is not including any interest. It is solely going on the principal debt for each of these balances. But at the same time, I was hoping that by now I would have been debt free or close to being debt free, and that isn't the case. So the plan is for the next 3 months, I'm going to continue to make the minimum payments. I'm going to keep an eye on these numbers, obviously celebrate the numbers going down, albeit as slowly as they probably are. But then going into the new year, I'm hoping to definitely attack these payments head on. So yeah, I'm just being honest from now, guys. I think if I start to worry about these things and try and do too many things at the same time, it's likely that I'm going to fail. So if I say that I'm going to focus it in a few months and, you know, plan for that, then if I'm able to do it sooner, I don't feel too bad about it and I don't beat myself up about it. Okay, so we are looking at 6 and 8 mainly, because although I haven't filled it in, debts 5 and 7 are still on hold. So this is what I mean. I know I can actually put down a end date for these 2 debts because I know how long it will take for me to pay them off, but the other 2 we aren't actually moving forward with them. I haven't contacted the companies that these debts belong to since before lockdown, and the way things are going with the current climate, it's probably not a good idea to contact them now anyway. But I will be doing that very soon because, you know, it's not going anywhere. The debt isn't going anywhere. And yeah, I want to be in a position where I can finally say that I am debt free by getting rid of those 2 accounts. 6 and 8, we are still making payments. So the amount that I'm paying towards debt 6 is £75 a month. And I am paying £60 towards debt 8. So in total, we are paying £135 a month to debt. As I said, we do not pay any interest on any of these debts. And as far as an extra payment this month, I am going to be putting a dash there because I don't predict that I'll be putting any extra money towards that. Some people have messaged me and said, why don't I use the extra money that I have left over in my cash envelopes from groceries and household and stuff like that to pay for these? And yeah, I could. This is what I'm saying. I know that there's probably areas that I could probably scrape to add extra money towards my debt and get it out of the way, but at the moment I don't want to do those things. I just don't want to have to worry or start to get upset if I don't have that money left over in those cash envelopes, you know. So I'm a bit of an all or nothing kind of person, but I like to focus on one thing at a time. That way I don't get too overwhelmed. So yeah, the last thing I'm going to do is just total up my outstanding debt. Okay, so we are below the £10,000 mark, guys. So we are £9,891.71, which is amazing. I was hoping to be near the debt-free mark by this point of time in the year, and we aren't anywhere near being debt-free. But the fact is that we did start with over £12,000 worth of debt, and I am below £10,000, which is great. And, you know, for the mere fact that we've had COVID, we've had lockdown, and I'm not really focused on paying off this debt, I still feel that we're making, you know, we're going in the right direction, guys. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about my plan in terms of focusing on sinking funds and then debt. What are you doing at the moment? Are you aggressively paying off debt, or are you focusing on sinking funds? Which one are you doing? Or are you doing both? Let me know how you're juggling both of those. Yeah, that's all for now. I've gone through my debt tracker. I've gone through my business budget for September and set up my October budget. So yeah, guys, I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help with the channel. If you do, please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Have a good one.